for episode 119 of Tattoo Collecting 101, right here on Guy Atchison's Reinventing the Tattoo. If you haven't joined us before, Reinventing the Tattoo is the network for tattooers, apprentices, collectors, and the tat curious out there who want to engage in live events, streams, real-world events, and want to share and inspire one another to create better artwork and leave the community a better place than how we found it. We beam out nearly every day, so be sure to check out the full schedule of events that we have going on right here on the YouTube channel, as well as on reinventingthetattoo.com. And you can find Reinventing the Tattoo not only here on YouTube and on the website, but on the Roku channel as well, and all your podcast destinations that you choose for your listening pleasure as well. So just search Reinventing the Tattoo on any platform and you'll be able to find it. And want to say thank you real quick to our affiliates over at the Fireside Tattoo Network, as well as the Apprenticeship Diaries. And thank you to Guy Atchison as well, the founder of the platform, for inspiring artists for decades now and giving us a platform to do this show. And if you want to be a part of the network or host a show or sponsor us, be sure to reach out at management@reinventingthetattoo.com.
Kyle,
Coming at it silky smooth.
that was wonderful.
Thanks. Trying harder and harder each time.
It's like almost an AM radio voice.
He's getting there.
So I know before we started, we were fussing with the lights, but I think they're going to both need to be tilted towards me and Ben more.
I got you.
Yeah.
We're going to have to suck it up and deal with the glare on the TV.
So if you guys haven't noticed out there in listener land, we're messing with the lights a little bit, trying to up the production.
Kyle's getting on it. He's going to get us looking good. Watch this. Watch the magic
Look at
happen.
Kyle getting on it. Look at Kyle's on it. That's right. In my eyeballs, Kyle. You should not do that.
You could make them a little bit brighter too.
Bring my skin tone.
Boom.
Oh,
There we go.
all
Let
right.
there be light.
And there was, and it was mediocre because now my face feels on fire.
Why is your face on fire?
Because
They're
now it's
LEDs.
bright lights. I should bring some sunglasses.
Future's bright, Ben.
I gotta wear at least dimmers.
Dimmers.
Kyle.
Kyle's getting us looking good.
Do we look good? Are we sexy now?
If you slide this one over so the camera is not casting a shadow on me.
Or directly in my eyeballs, like I previously had said.
There we
But
go.
it's cool. Use Fawn's words. Oh yeah. Yeah. Look how great she looks now. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yay, Kyle.
Turn it towards Ben a little bit.
Fuck off.
Welcome to live TV. We produced this ourselves.
You guys can't tell. We run this shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Turn it towards Ben and open that outside flap a little bit. There we go. Now we're lit.
Not quite, but we'll be there in a few minutes.
We're working on it.
What?
Which camera?
We have two, huh?
Kyle, I appreciate you. We're getting this down. Hopefully, one of these days, we're actually going to be like a fully produced, organized show.
Then what fucking fun would it be?
There's been talk of like actual correspondence when we have real correspondence. Yeah, we could have that little like with the keyboards clicking and clacking.
Yeah.
Bounce it to whoever's on the scene.
On scene. Vaughn Baker.
On scene. We're coming to you live.
Running at you. At Motherfucking Tattoo Convention.
Well, like for instance, next week I'll be on my way to Pittsburgh.
The Berg of the Pit.
The Berg and the Pit. Berg of the Pit.
What's going on here?
So you guys could be like, Sylvan, how live is it over there in Peaburg?
Is Peaburg, in fact, lit?
Not yet, but it will
It's
be.
about to be.
It will be.
Peaburg don't stay unlit for long.
I mean, it's kind of in Pittsburgh's nature to thrive. That's what it does.
We got that show coming up.
They build shit.
And we've got Detroit coming up pretty soon. I'm pretty excited
Jesus
about.
Christ. Detroit's just what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, it feels like it's right away. But yeah, kind of like back in the swing of traveling, doing the things.
I miss traveling.
Are you coming to Pittsburgh?
I'm not going anywhere, God.
That's fair.
So for today, I got some footage throughout the week of my tattoo appointments and projects that I was working on. Oh no,
What'd
I
you do?
left my lighter at the
No, you
picnic
you
table.
gave it to Kyle.
Kyle,
I'll get it. I got
he almost refused to use it.
I mean, you could just wait for me to
It
open
had the
this
wrong
box.
sticker on it. Oh, that'll work.
Got it, Kyle.
Fuego.
In fuego. Fire.
So we got conventions coming up galore. So
I want to travel.
I'll
but
definitely be on scene there, as well as bringing back footage for the following week, like I like to do. Trying to get better footage through the process of like my tattoos. I'm gonna slowly work that into actually like sitting down and like forcing my clients to do an interview with me. I'll make it not like, oh, you signed a contract.
I don't know if
You signed a contract, you have to
read
do this.
line 7. It specifically states
Item A.
I can talk to you and record it.
Yep.
That's kind of sketchy.
So unfortunately, earlier this week, I was scrolling through the Instagrams like I always do,
Mhm.
and I saw that Don Caskey passed away.
Yeah.
I text you guys when I read about it, but I really thought we were going to have the opportunity to have Don on to share his journey like a
How far?
handful more times.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't that long ago that we spoke. Afterwards, we went out to Waffle House. Like, it was a pretty good time having him here. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to experience that.
It was yeah, I definitely it was one of those times you talked to him. It's like, yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
And he really didn't think about like the whole time he said he was terminal. He didn't really his projection of that was completely different.
Mhm.
His projection was we've got time, let's use it.
Yep.
So it was hard to not try to feel the same way. It was hard not to be like, yeah, man, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, it's just cool though. His whole mission, like once he found out he was terminal and once he started like his getting tattooed with strangers journey, like he was uniting this invisible community that we talk about all the time. Like we're very visible, but at the same time, there's like this invisible thing that like spiritually connects us. And he celebrated that. I think that was an awesome thing. Hey, Kyle,
it. Yes,
you got that video queued up
I do.
with the Instagram one?
Mm-hmm.
So I was just reading through comments on his most recent post, and then I jumped over to Jay Allen's page where he was sharing this. Can you get the music on that? Kyle, you didn't enable the sound. There we go.
The ones I love and hurt along the road I've been down. They're the moments that made me, the woman that saved me. I take them to the grave and ride on up to the clouds. My broken heart and washed in whiskey, holy confession. Whoa, I'll take these tattoos to heaven. I'll take these tattoos to heaven. I'll take these tattoos to heaven. I'll take these tattoos to heaven.
I've never heard that song. Who sings that song?
It's Jay's music.
Oh, well,
He's kind of a big deal if you're into country music
there's
or like The Voice.
I watch no thanks.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Thanks.
But yeah,
Mhm.
so that was one of those, you know, we occasionally we get into like losses in the community, but we just had Don on here not very long ago.
Yeah.
It was Cleveland of last year that he and I first met. So about a year later. It's unfortunate. Definitely awesome that he was able to bring so many people together and like I said, just celebrate the connectivity with other collectors while he could, you know, connecting with people, but more specifically connecting with collectors.
Mhm. Yep.
So as we sign off today, we're probably gonna like continue the rest of the show the way that we usually do. And then I have a segment from our episode with Don. We'll just wrap with that.
Perfect. Perfect.
So in other tattoo news,
in happy thoughts.
are you aware that there's some like legislative things happening and going on in the governments and tattoo
For what?
worlds? Well, there's basically been some changes in law and how like tattooing is going to be moderated, tattoo supplies, tattoo things. And we're just kind of like under the umbrella of like the cosmetic industry
Mhm.
now, according to the way that this law is written. So there is a group of tattooers and like industry professionals who are kind of getting together and brainstorming about how we can come together as a community and kind of like show Big Brother that we can handle this and we don't need to be overly scrutinized. We don't need to be
Right.
overly regulated. Yes, we need to be regulated. Yes, there needs to be consistency from state to state. But with that, the scary thing is grouping us in with the cosmetic industry
Right.
because so many things are so different from the cosmetic industry, like the
Cos-
actual cosmetic industry to
Cosmetics
like
go
the
on
art
top
of tattooing.
Of your skin, not in your skin.
Well, it depends on what you define as cosmetic.
I think that's very true. I guess I forget about permanent makeup and things like that.
Yep.
'Cause I don't have it.
Yep.
But like, I don't know. That is very scary because you got to think about what they've been able to get away with as far as testing products and things along those lines. And is that really in the best interest of how the industry should function? Like, I don't know. That's creepy. Creepy. But I'm a big fan of less control of everything. So
Like I said, there consistency is needed. And but the thing is, like the ink manufacturers are so careful now, and that like, you know, ethics really are a part of tattooing in the 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe not so much, but tattooing is very ethical now.
You're
Like
right.
the way things are made is very ethical. Companies are mindful of like the footprint their company leaves behind, you know, like we're a pretty environmentally conscious
Mhm.
group of artists, you know, for the most part. But I'm trying to log into Instagram so I can show you guys this stuff, but you know, we had to
This
change
is
passwords again.
No.
Don't forget to put it on a sticky note there.
Don't forget to put it.
I'll
on
tell
the
this one to
sticky
Ben.
note.
All three of us will be responsible for
Hell
remembering it.
no. Don't wait.
Yeah, we're gonna be responsible together. I'm
Just
not gonna tell it to you right now,
Text
but
it
we're
to
gonna
me.
be responsible for it together. That's actually a good idea, is just text it in the group message so we all
Paper
have
somewhere.
it. That's actually really productive and helpful for me to do all the time. Just the text notes.
Yes. References.
Okay. So earlier this week, Ben Shaw was on the Tattoo Weekly and they did a really good job kind of explaining the difference between like laws and statutes and, you know, the legal jargon of what's going on. So I highly recommend giving that a listen. If you haven't watched the Tattoo Weekly before, it's a little bit more grown up than our show is.
What does that even mean, Bob?
Well, I mean, first of all, they don't smoke weed on there.
That's not like make us less adult.
I mean, fair,
Not visually.
but they talk about grown up things. I mean, we do too sometimes, but like, you know, they're
We're
little bit-
more laid back.
a little bit more grown up about it. So anyways, Tattoo Weekly, hour long, gives you all kinds of like information about the tattoo community and what's going on, important things that like tattooers should know. It's definitely more tattooer related than our show, but you know, things collectors would be into as well. You know, if you're passionate about the community, you might as well know a little bit about what's going on.
Now, I remember a while back, there was things about colors and wanting to get rid of certain colors because of how
What was going on in Europe
that was just
with the
you're
blue
right.
and green? Yeah. So a lot of people are under the impression that this is kind of the same thing, but this is more of like the whole industry is going to be held to different standards. So it's not just these ingredients for these inks are questionable. It's we need to look at everything and we need to, you know, it could lead to more expensive permits and licenses, which like some of the smaller companies might not be able to afford. So, and these are just the fears. This isn't saying that this is what's going to happen, but
I mean, the industry could use a little culling, a little pruning of the leaves, just make it grow stronger.
I
Right.
suppose.
That's the theory, I guess.
Pause. Okay. I think I'm ready to screen share this craziness.
Are you?
If I can remember how to do it, Kyle.
I can't help you remember.
All right, share sound. Advanced.
Bam,
Boom,
bam,
boom.
bam.
That's not the right portion.
No. That's the right version. Good job, Sean.
Thanks. I'm trying to be somewhat better,
On
but
the
like,
fly
you know,
production makes our show so awesome.
it's what we call
On the
live.
fly.
Do it twice, call it
I'm
jazz.
urging you to join my discourse group in order to start a conversation about the recently passed federal bill that could impact the quality of our tattoo pigments. It's the MOCRA, the Modernization of Cosmetic Regulation Act, that just
move
went
your
into
mouse?
effect. And this is an important issue.
Yes.
We need to address this sooner
Thanks,
than later.
Kyle.
Mhm.
And it needs our collective knowledge, our expertise, our experience to be adequately addressed. By coming together, we can work on trying to find solutions that would protect our pigments, our supplies, and our livelihoods. Please join me in helping to shape the future of our profession by joining my discourse group. Let's get together and make sure our voices are heard. Let's work to unify the tattoo industry.
Aw.
Fellow tattooers, there was an organization built
Grow
in
that bro
1992 to educate and protect the
Do
tattoo
what?
industry, to safeguard its interests from overregulation from state and federal government. And that's the Alliance of Professional Tattooists, or the APT. Well, recently, I've shared a post about them trying to explain their purpose, but I've learned that the federal government recognizes them as a constituent base because they've got 30 plus years of nonprofit status, teaching health and safety to our industry. They recognize them as a true constituent base that they can rely on, but they need our support. We need to bolster this organization. It's through this way we can unify our voices, sharing with them our concerns. So this is a strong call to action. If you go to my bio, there's a link tree, and at the top, there's a link directly to the APT's website. It's there you can learn more about this awesome organization. Or you can join my discourse group and I can answer any questions you have. Trust me, they're amazing people who are sacrificing their personal time and freedom, taking time away from their businesses to protect our livelihood. It's through joining the APT that we can unify the tattoo industry.
Should I join the APT?
Well,
Oh wait, I'm not a professional tattooist.
wanted to see if I could find the first video for us. I should have already had this tagged. I thought I did and didn't.
And culture. Nearly half of the US population are tattooed today. But there is a gap building between those that preceded this younger generation. There have
does a
been
good job
traditions over the
breaking
last
things
century that
down.
have permeated our industry that have fed this. And I feel that technology and our modern advancements in our equipment and communications is making our elders feel concerned that was once good in our industry and traditions is being lost. This is bolstering that generational gap. And a lot of our great traditions of dedication, hard work, gratitude, respect for our history and those that came before us feel like they're disappearing. So I'm here to say thank you. For those of you who have been tattooing 30, 40 years plus, thank you for paving the way for us today. No matter our
Oh, this
opinions,
is
our
cool.
feelings, our perceptions, we wouldn't be here without you. We are standing on your shoulders and enjoying a time in our industry of great affluence and success. But never has it been more threatened. With the new federal bill passing, the MOCRA, Modernization of Cosmetic Regulation Act, the future of our industry is uncertain. We need your wisdom, your insight, and your guidance. We need to bridge the gap between our generations and build a strong unity within our tattoo industry again. Let us help carry your legacies forward to future generations as we work to unify the tattoo industry.
This inspirational music is on.
Yeah,
Oi!
so
Tattooing
this
is
is
an
Ben
ancient
Shaw.
and prestigious craft.
He's working pretty
But
hard to like I said, make the
Strong.
tattooing regulations consistent. That's kind of one of his goals. So he's definitely take the time to watch the Tattoo Weekly from this past Monday. They did a really good job breaking down exactly what's going on. But this is one of those things that, like, over the next year, basically a little less than a year, we have a chance to like get together as a community and start collecting data. And it's going to be really important for tattooers to get involved when, you know, these forms and questionnaires and things start going out
Right.
from these organizations, because the more information we can provide, the more we, you know, that's how science works. The more data there is to look at,
Right.
the more information can be charted, the more that proves that tattooing is safe, and what our standards that we're already using are already safe. So collectors, it's going to trickle down to you as well. So like the more involved tattooers get, like, for instance, it might be like some, just brainstorming, but like I could, for instance, fill out a questionnaire, describe how many people I've worked on, describe how many people have not had bad reactions. And then I could also have another survey that goes, I could send out to all of my clients in bulk. And even if only a small percentage of them get involved, let's say a few thousand tattooers across the country get involved over the next year. And of those few thousand, each one of them has, you know, 1,000+ clients. And let's say 10% of those clients get involved. That's 1,000 artists plus 100,000 people. That's enough people to be a voice.
Fawn's good at math.
Well, I was just breaking it down to really easy, practical numbers.
You think
But
so?
but you know,
Yeah, I do.
if 10 people get an email, one might take the time to fill out the
Right.
survey. Hopefully in the tattoo community, we all love this community so much, and we love getting tattooed and we love doing tattoos, that we're going to be a little bit more proactive than 10%.
So we can
But-
maybe throw like a 5% discount on your next tattoo service for answering the tattoo survey.
I mean, it's probably going to be something that takes like 30 seconds. So
I mean, that's worth some
a sticker,
sticker.
like a rad sticker that says, I help save tattoos from the cosmetic giants.
You design them, I'll distribute them.
That actually is kind of that could be a t-shirt design in the making.
I was gonna say enter for a chance for a raffle for a shirt.
Hashtag Fawn just trademarked that. Trademark Fawn Baker today.
.com.
This time. .com.
.net.
Slashers.
Yeah, so that's a cool thing.
Fucking sucks though.
I mean, it's cool that everybody's already coming together. It's only really been a handful of weeks since this stuff went down, but everybody's already getting organized, and they're trying to, you know, figure out exactly how we can start gathering information and then funneling the information to the appropriate sources. And then
It's just
Yeah.
kind of weird to think that in a culture that was heavily rooted in what's the right words that I'm looking for? Not necessarily the most pro following rules crowd.
we're rebels.
You like that? Yeah, man.
Rebels.
Then now we're all like, oh fuck it, we'll beat them from the inside. Like, let's just do some paperwork, guys. We'll get it. Hold on, science.
Well, it is the scientific process. You first gather the info. First, you make the hypothesis. My
Hypothesis.
hypothesis is we're fine. Leave us alone. So let's gather information to prove as such.
See, senorita.
It really is that easy. Like it could be, everything gets overcomplicated, but it's really just like, is
say,
tattooing safe? Yeah, we believe so. Really? Can you prove it? Yeah. How? Years of safe tattooing.
look at all these people not dead. Jesus Christ, that was simple.
Look at all these people with no long-term illness, injury,
all
or
my
adverse
list.
side effect.
Or
I mean,
We
I've
can
been
go
tattooed
back
hundreds of hours.
I just say we just go back to like fucking no signs on the door, and you got to be invited.
Tattooing's too big to go underground. Tattooing can be private. I mean, you know,
I mean, you can't smoke in bars unless you go to the private club.
tattooing's too big of an industry to be underground now. Wait, there's too many.
Just saying.
20 years ago, we could have crept back underground, but now there's too many. We're,
I'm a dreamer.
I mean,
They call me a dreamer. I'm not saying there can't be people that want to, play by the rules or whatever, but like, man, you can still get liquor from your doctor back during prohibition. It's kind of the same gig. There's
That's
probably still
fair.
going to be some people that are like, yeah, I'll pay the fucking exorbitant taxes, and I'll tell you this is why it's not correct, and we'll play the game and try
It's
to fight
funny.
it.
My shop in Michigan, I kind of like had it themed after a speakeasy, and it was in like it was the back entrance of a dance studio. So it was like a garage that I turned into my shop.
Oh,
Anyways, it like really looked like a speakeasy. I had Edison bulbs everywhere, yada yada. But one day I was working on one of my clients, and I'd worked on them in the studio several times, and they were like, I can't believe you just like put your sign out openly like that, and the health department doesn't bother you at all, and like being just like open but underground like this. I was like, oh no, like I'm inspected.
Like,
Like
we're legit
Lacey's
as
great.
fuck.
The health
There's-
inspector's name was Lacey. I was like, Lacey's awesome.
There's
Like
papers
that's
at the
cool. Yeah.
front
I was like,
desk,
there's
like-
my certificates over there. And they were like, "Oh, I really thought this was like a legit back alley. I was like, I mean, it's a literal back alley.
I mean,
tattoo
legitimately,
shop.
we
Yes,
are in a
it
back
is.
alley.
It's
You are
literally a
correct.
back alley shop, but no, we're above board. I was like, look at my plumbing. Look at those air gaps. Like that is restaurant standard. We're golden.
Look,
Yeah, it was. It was. I mean, it was just one.
do you know
one
why
room.
you can air gap a sink in the kitchen?
Why you can or why you need to,
Or you need to?
so you don't get plumbing sewage backed up into your food preps. Should there be a
That's
backup?
right.
Yep,
They want the poop on the floor and not in your sink.
not in the sink. But yeah, it just always tickled me that they thought it was like I was legitimately sneaking. I was like, oh no,
not for
those
him.
days are behind me.
I'm in the goddamn phone book.
That
Like,
That was the first 6 months. After
Fine.
that, I'm
you want to talk about it hiding in plain sight?
hiding what in plain sight?
I am driving down a street in our fair city called High Street on the southern part of town,
Okay.
and notice there is a business called The Plug, and was like, the fuck. I wanted to stop immediately. They probably sold a product I didn't need, but like balls, like I just wanted to walk in and high five whoever was like, fuck it, we'll just be The Plug, like put it on the side, like run it. City of Columbus can suck it.
I mean, fair. Fair. I always wonder about people that put like beer stickers on the back of their car.
Oh, same, right? So like I bought a custom motorcycle that had a Jack Daniels tank and a Jack Daniels fender. What was the first thing I did, Fawn?
You put a decal over it.
Over all of it. I was like,
It's funny because my
I don't need-
other bestie had a purple Crown Royal bike.
I know you told me. I was like, that's just kind of.
And they kind of would have looked nice side by side. It was a S&S. It was custom. They were similarly shaped. I
See,
think
his
that
his
you
was
still
on the
have Barney.
opposite end of the spectrum. His was super high end, where mine was down, dirty, mean, and
Not,
fellas.
yes. His was not as high end as the paint job was the only thing that I
See,
mean, he had some
exactly.
cool parts on it, but
There is chips in my paint. There is like ain't nothing perfect about my bike. It is a rider, not a shower. It's pretty. Don't get
have
me
you
wrong.
seen my van?
Fawn. That is a life choice. Okay, just having a van, you have to understand that that's part of the gig.
Yeah.
If you want 200,000 miles out of your vehicle plus, you're gonna have a little wear and tear. Just,
That's fair.
it's just a little wear and tear.
Fandango.
God dang.
Did you get an
Van
email? If you guys follow the show, you know that our mechanic has us awkwardly grouped into one file, which is totally fine.
No,
It's
it's
like,
great. I
like,
love it.
when he's trying to get a hold of me to communicate, he'll call Ben first, and then he'll call baby mom first, and then the
Yeah,
message will
yeah,
trickle to me.
yeah.
And he's always like, I'm so
I
sorry.
just don't
No,
know.
it's
I don't know who to call. And what's funny is initially he thought you and I were together, and he was like trying to be slick with me. Like I'll make sure that like I'm like, dude, no, like she's her manager. Like we're all good. Like
I do think he thought we were lying at first.
I know. I think you needed to show up with M one time and see what happens.
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Did it balance everything out? I haven't
I
been in a
think
minute.
so. I think so.
I gotta take the taco back. I'm still leaking a quart of oil a week. So
So I have this thing where I try to like predict what's going on with my vehicles ahead of time, and I'm
Mhm,
usually
mhm.
not wrong. Remember when
You're
I was
pretty
like,
good
you
at
know what I haven't replaced yet is my water pump.
well, it's funny when you
That's why I've been
replace
going
parts
through
all the
coolant.
time, you know which ones are bad
It's
because you know
fair.
which
But I
ones
also
don't.
know it's over 200,000 miles and like
Right.
parts just bearings wear out
Right.
in these little pumps. Like
Right.
it's just gonna happen. Belts wear
It's
out. It's
insane.
just gonna
Like,
happen.
Chaco is pushing 175. You know,
You've about replaced almost everything.
no, but like I'm about to. I've been trying to get it to stop leaking oil before I do anything else.
That's fair.
But we'll get there. But I love that's the joy of owning a classic vehicle.
My van is 20 years old. It is
1999, baby.
it's a 03.
As old as I am.
My van?
1999.
Okay, my truck is the same age as Kyle.
Yeah.
It's just a baby. It can barely drink.
My truck can drink. You know, like
Of drinking age.
yeah, I can put Jack Daniels in the washer fluid and run a hose inside now. Is that what that means?
Probably work.
Oh, it does work. I'm just
Why
I
aren't you doing
Survival
it?
tricks.
because I don't need booze that bad. I need booze that bad. Yeah, good times. I love the classic vehicle though. There's something just nostalgic about, you know, running something that I love pulling up to the new guys in their trucks and they're all was they spent like $70,000 on the same thing I spent $6 on, you know. I'm just don't know. To be fair, I put way more into it than that, but you know what I mean.
Cars.
I think
Much
I'm gonna,
traveling as I do, I need to have like I don't really spend like I don't really buy expensive vehicles. I'll get a used vehicle, but man, I'll make that sucker last forever.
yeah.
Like
I can't. I bought one new car. I drove it off the lot and was mad because I knew I couldn't resell it for what I got it for. Ever since then,
I don't
would,
think of resale. I think how many hundreds of miles can I still put on this?
yeah, sometimes. I don't know. I never picked out a car until I got Red Caddy. That was the first car I ever picked out. Instead of just like what I can afford and what is available in that price range. That was the first time I was like, no, I want that car.
I was
Ever in
looking
my
at
life.
another Red Caddy the other day.
Do it.
I
Or
might.
can I interest you in a gray one that's had a lot of work done to it?
I
It's
gotta
paid
be
off.
honest, gray one is a little intimidating if the roads are wet. It's got a lot of power,
I
but
can detune it.
I
I'll flash it back to stock for you.
no, I already have I don't want to say I'm afraid of that car, but I have a respect for that car. It's not like the red one was.
Well, it's had a
I've driven some powerful cars and that one gets
it's had internal modifications to where now it is a lot faster than a stock vehicle. Yes, ma'am.
correct. Yes. The only other vehicles I've driven that I think were that powerful were sticks. So I had a little bit more of a feel
Control.
and the clutch release,
Mhm.
the minute control of the vehicle when you're driving a stick.
Mm.
How do we start talking about cars?
He brought up Mike and asked me if I got an email.
Oh yeah. You might get an email with all the estimates and stuff, but I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And if you're gonna do that side, might as well do the other
Just
side.
run it, Mike, do it all.
Well, and they got it done a day early.
Yeah, they're good.
I was hoping to have it tomorrow and they got it today already. So
I was honestly about to call him today and be like, bro, truck's coming back. And you were like, you want to go to the mechanic? So I was like, might as well just wait.
well,
Yeah,
we keep Mike busy.
we do.
We keep Mike
He's
busy.
good at what he does.
This is should we shout out Tuffy Gahanna?
I mean, you can if you want.
Like if you're in Ohio,
Rep
if you're in the
Tuffy
Columbus
Gahanna.
area, Topeka. If you're north of
I-
Columbus, I got another shop I'll recommend.
I can guarantee you that if you go into Topeka and tell him that Fawn and Ben sent you in there, he will take great care of you. We collectively,
I'm always like, hey, Mike, it's fun.
yeah, like, we're on a first name basis. Not only that, like collectively, the amount of money we spend in vehicle maintenance, we are owed a Fins and Family package extension at this point.
They do give me the discounts.
I mean, you're welcome.
They do give me the discounts.
I've been going there since I was 22, 23.
I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah.
All right.
They've worked on every beater.
I'll
Well,
just,
not every, but
I'll just stay on your account then.
yeah, it's probably smart. They pull it up and they're like, damn, bro.
They're like, you paid some of our bills.
We've rebuilt things for you. Huh? My Taurus,
The
the
one that paid itself off a few times.
yeah, like 3 times in a row. Yeah, it was great. But it was well maintained through them. Anyway, tattoo stuff.
Mike always talks about tattoos and hair with us too.
He does.
He's our guy.
Yeah. For the life of me, he shows me that bicep tattoo all the time, and for the life of me, can't remember what it is. But I'm sure he'll show it to me again at some point. It's gotten warm and a little pop up here in Columbus, and it's already hey bro, nice tat season.
Yeah,
It's
we
like, I
got a
took
little
my-
spring break.
I took my jacket off for one day, like one day.
My hair's grown out. You can't see my head tatties at all.
I got a fade and didn't wear a hat to work, and the chick from HR was there, and she just kind of looked and looked again. I was like, it's fine, I normally wear a hat. She was like, yeah.
Oh, what's this dead rat all about?
Death,
So what's this
Two
living
rats.
flower all about?
life to flowers. Pretty easy, right?
That simple.
It is that simple. Death to rats, life to flowers.
Well, there's this crazy windstorm that keeps distracting me.
I'm sorry. Is that why you got your hand putty out so you can focus?
I don't know. I don't know what to do with my hands sometimes.
Wind was fucking cray cray. Like cray cray earlier. Yeah. I want to go fly a kite. Does anybody else want to go?
Where you want to go?
Fuck outside. I don't care.
Do you have a kite?
Yes.
You do?
Several.
Ben, I'm
So we can all
curious.
fly a kite?
Where are we gonna
No,
go?
you can watch, guy.
Well, fuck you.
We're gonna go to that, let's go to that park. With
The baseball diamond park.
Yep. That's the one.
Don't be
with the
shouting out my
field
park
next to
names.
it.
I'll fight people.
Name of that
Sure.
park.
We could do that. I don't know if we should go right now, though.
It's
It might
pretty
be a
sweet.
bad
It's
idea.
Advisories, man.
There definitely
I think
was.
there's advisories.
I think there's advisories. If you're in Ohio, like maybe stay inside right
Duck
now. It's
and
might be-
cover.
I don't want to say all that. I don't hear sirens or anything, but maybe not be driving on like overpasses, box trucks.
Bruh. I used to hate driving box trucks. Catch a gust, be in the next lane. Like, oops. Glad there was nobody there.
Apparently, I'm driving the U-Haul to Detroit.
When's,
okay with
when's
it.
Detroit?
It is the first weekend in March.
I've got LB's going to Myrtle for a couple of weeks. So I've got a couple open weekends.
You want to come up?
I don't think it's that weekend.
I'll be there.
Fuck you, Kyle. I want to go less now.
We could ride up together.
I'm kidding, buddy. We could carpool. It'd be a lot of fun.
I gotta be back by Monday for work though.
You've
What?
been-
Like I'm unemployed.
Have you been to the Detroit show?
I have not.
You have not?
No,
What?
no.
I bet we could get our buddy Sam to come.
Oh,
He's
Mexicano?
gone. Yeah, he's gone before.
Like I feel like I've been there in spirit.
I feel like you've been there many times in spirit, if
That's-
not
that's
in
probably-
body.
That's probably true. When's Detroit?
First weekend in
First
March.
week- I know you just said that. I needed to hear it again. Make sure the
You need
calendar is like that.
dates.
No, I need you to not talk, Kyle. No, I'm kidding. I love you. I don't know why I'm being a jerk to you. I love you.
You were denying earlier you were mean.
I never mean to you, Kyle. Never mean to you.
I really love the Detroit show though. I'm partial to Detroit. I love that city, but I really love the